There's a really deep confidence and satisfaction that comes when you finally learn what works for you as a mom and you stop apologizing for it. But so many of us have fallen into this trap of believing that the harder we work, the more we do, the better moms we are. And lately, God has been really opening my eyes to something that I have never wanted to admit. I wasn't becoming a better mom. I was actually just becoming a more exhausted version of myself. So in this video, I'm going to share 15 hacks that will transform your motherhood in 2026. These are things that helped me stop overworking, stop overthinking, and just actually enjoy my motherhood again. So number one is to stop looking at new recipes. Unless you are in the tiny minority of moms who actually just truly feel inspired and enjoy looking at recipes with zero guilt, zero pressure, zero overwhelm, then you should not be looking at new recipes. I used to think I enjoyed looking at recipes, just browsing, scrolling. These are so many good ideas that I can pull from. This is amazing. And actually it was pressure and overwhelm. And I actually was beating myself up constantly because I was never cooking healthy enough, or I wasn't giving my family enough variety. Everyone's doing just fine. Whatever you're doing is working just fine. Whatever they like, whatever you like is okay. Number two, redefine the Sabbath as a day of rest. I know this is a hard one because it's like, well, that doesn't exist for moms. Sunday is the most busy day for me. Like, there is no opportunity to rest. It just doesn't even make sense. I would invite you to just identify one little tiny way that you can bring rest in a little bit more. Something that sets Sunday apart, even if it's not in the way that you might think. You maybe can't have a 2-hour nap, but maybe you can have a 10-minute walk down the street. Or maybe your husband might be willing to cook dinners on Sunday nights like mine. That was a simple request I made and it works out for us. Maybe it's just having cereal on Sundays. Sunday cereal night. Who knows? Something that makes Sunday feel like, okay, yes, I am consciously making the effort to rest. Number three, do not fix what isn't broken. We are so good at doing this as moms, just piling more on. If something's working, but we see this other better idea, we should definitely try that. I just want you to notice anything that is working and just keep it as is. It's good enough, it's doing the job, and you don't have to fix anything. You don't have to pile anything on, because what happens when you do is you feel like it's never working, you feel like it's never enough, you feel like you're always behind because it's just too much. It's constantly trying to get better. And I know we all want that, right? Especially as Christians, we want to be our best. We want to reach our potential. That doesn't require us to constantly change things. I think wisdom comes with our stewardship. It comes when we can recognize this works for me, so I'm going to keep doing it until it doesn't, no matter what anyone else is doing. Number four, one to do a day. Just one. That might sound mind-blowing to you, but when I started doing this, it's like the biggest hack ever, because then I'm always accomplishing it. Every single day, I'm getting my to-do list done. I'm prioritizing that one thing. So every Sunday, I list out. So I have 5, right? 5 to-dos throughout the 5 days of the week. And I always get it done, which boosts my confidence. I don't feel overwhelmed. I don't feel like I'm drowning and always behind. I am forced to be within that constraint. And when we force ourselves into that constraint, we can actually really have the room to breathe and not only enjoy motherhood, but allow God to guide our days. Invite the Lord into those daily decisions of how to use your time, because then you'll realize I do have time to do something. Right? I'm going to do my rhythm, right? Hopefully you have a good rhythm of getting the essentials done, meals or dishes or laundry or whatever's kind of on your everyday rhythm. But then just that one to do a day. Maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's an email, maybe it's a connect with this child who's struggling, whatever it is, just one. Just try it. Seriously, it is the best way to transform your motherhood. I'm pretty convinced of that. Number 5, I want you to notice the connection that is happening already with your children and decide that it's enough for right now. Again, we never feel like it's enough. I didn't spend enough time with them. I didn't have enough quality connection with them. I should have done this better. That guilt just weighs you down. It just does. Okay, there's some good guilt sometimes. I call it clean guilt and dirty guilt. I'll link a video where I've explained that before. But in general, if you're feeling mom guilt, that's not nudging you to improve. It's actually just keeping you stuck feeling like you're garbage. And that's not what you want. That's not what the Lord wants. You want to just notice, okay, every day I read to my kids before bedtime. It's just habit by now. Like, that's just what we do. That's connection, and that's enough for right now. Maybe in a different season you'll have more bandwidth and you'll prioritize connection and you'll do something else. But for now, just decide it's enough. Maybe that's over meals. Every single day we are in the kitchen in the mornings for breakfast, kind of making lunches. That just works for us. Notice I'm not adding anything in. I'm not kind of building something new or starting something new. I'm just looking at my day, noticing what I'm already doing and consciously deciding, yes, that's connection, and yes, that's enough. Number 6, set quiet hours. This is life-changing. So underrated. I would say, most underrated hack in motherhood. Your child sleeps at some point. Whether they're a toddler or a teenager, they sleep at some point. And you as the mom get to determine quiet hours. So every day between like 1 and 3-ish for me in my house are quiet. It's quiet time. That's what I call it. And it's just time that I get to be kind of off duty a little bit. Kids are expected, whether they're home or not, maybe they're at school, but if they're home, they're expected to be in their own spaces, being independent, kind of quiet, and then we actually have a bedtime. You know, a time that I tell them, okay, I'm going to come say goodnight to you at this point. Whatever they choose to do is on them. I'm not trying to tell them to sleep. I'm not trying to tell them what they can and can't do other than you're staying in your room and you're not disrupting the peace. That's the verbiage I use. Like, they're not allowed to disrupt the peace, which means I kind of clock out at 8:30. My kids are older now. It used to be earlier than that, believe it or not. But now they're older. 8:30 and I'm off and I get time to my spouse, time to myself. You need quiet hours. You really do. Number 7, pray for confidence. So in my mind, this is a hack because confidence is already available to you. Again, this is not adding anything. This is not changing anything. This is not fixing anything. This is you noticing, man, I brush my teeth every day. I can start gaining some confidence that I'm doing what I say I'm going to do. Or, you know what? Most days I do the dishes. Wow, I'm amazing. Like, I'm a rock star for showing up virtually every day for my family in that way. As you pray for confidence, I think, and in my experience, God will show it to you because it's already there. And from my own experience, and I've worked with enough moms to know, confidence is the key to everything. It's the key that unlocks all the transformation you could ever want. Because when you're confident in your way of doing things and how you're showing up, your light just shines so much brighter for everybody, for your family, for yourself. You can truly enjoy your life because you're confident in yourself. Number 8, take a turn choosing. So, how often do you give everyone else a turn to pick a song or a treat or the restaurant or the bedtime book or whatever it is? Everyone gets a turn, but somehow you never get a turn. Maybe it was just me. Tell me in the comments, do you take turns? Because if you are not taking a turn choosing things, you are missing out and your family is missing out on the opportunity to get to know you, to allow you into that, right? Like this beautiful opportunity as a family to do things that everyone wants to do. And sometimes things you don't want to do because that's what being a family means. You should be taking a turn choosing just as often as everyone else. Even if it's just you and one toddler, you should have 50-50. You're taking turns back and forth. Number 9, laundry system. So, systems are a way for your brain to take a little break. A system is something that is repeatable and transferable, meaning you can just do it over and over and over again without really thinking about it, and it can be transferred to somebody else to do it over and over and over again. So the reason why I say laundry, that is the hack, because laundry has to get done constantly. And I know a lot of things in motherhood are just never done, right? But laundry, it's just a really big deal for a lot of people, in my experience. So if you can get a laundry system going, whatever works for you, and a system, by the way, is everyone putting their clothes in the wash, and once it's full, somebody starts it. Like, that could be your system. Or the system could be, there's a big bin right next to the dryer. All the clean clothes go into that bin. Done. That is a system. So I'm not talking about labels and folding perfect piles. Like, it can look like anything you want it to look like. Remember, the whole point is figuring out what works for you. And once you can get on top of your laundry, whoa, motherhood becomes very enjoyable. Number 10, sit and actually enjoy your meals. So how many of us hover around the kitchen and help, right? Hello, there's so much to do. Kids are always needing a little bit more of this or another thing of this, or they're spilling or they're fighting or this or that. And you're not giving yourself the opportunity to just enjoy your food. A lot of times, the food that you made. So whether that's with your family, sit and enjoy, or all alone in a quiet house, sit and enjoy, both are valid. There's a time and a place for both. So no shame if your idea of enjoying your food means feeding your children and then you eating during quiet time, let's say. That totally counts. But it's such a hack because you are doing it every day. You're eating every day. Self-care probably isn't the top of your list, I'm guessing. And it's such a hack to just realize, okay, I'm already doing this thing. So I'm not adding anything to my to-do list. I'm just consciously remembering to sit down and enjoy it, right? Savor the experience, the food, all of it. Okay, number 11, make requests of your family. Now, I know it's risky business because they might say no. They might whine. They might throw a huge fit. Why even ask? It's easier to do it myself. But the thing I've noticed is a lot of us aren't even trying. We're not even testing the waters to see if they might do it. We're just deciding they're never going to help or it's just too much hassle. And the problem is then we feel very alone. We feel very resentful. And the hack is simply to ask. My requests usually, I use this wording. It would really mean a lot to me if you would fill in the blank. Now, if it's my kids, I probably am tying a consequence in with that. I'm telling them when I expect them to do it, so it'd really mean a lot to me if you would take the trash out before bedtime tonight. If you don't, then whatever it is, then you'll miss out on some screen time tomorrow. Or maybe you have a family economy set up like I do, and so the consequences are always very clear cut. It just works in with their allowance, you know? But with your spouse, make the request. Give him the chance to know what you want him to do. No more of this. He should know, right? Anybody with eyeballs can see, I need help with this thing. Just give him the benefit of the doubt, ask him to help, and see what happens. And if he doesn't do it, if he doesn't show up for it, if it is a huge disappointment, you will then get to grow and learn how to navigate that. And it's a whole amazing dynamic that you get to figure out. Number 12, stop tidying all day, okay? It's just a waste of your time. 1 or 2 5-minute pickups a day should be enough. And I'm just going to tell you it is enough. I have drop zones for every member of the family. So because of my sanity, I just need the place picked up every day. So sometimes we do it as a family, but if we don't, there are just 2 times in the day after everyone goes to school in the mornings and before bed that I just go through. It takes me 5 minutes tops. I'm not picking up after people. I'm not doing it for them. That's the reason of the drop zone. It gets put in this general place that they have to deal with it. And it's a way It's kind of this win-win and very effective boundary, and it gives me a constraint. I'm not allowed to just tidy all the time because it's exhausting, and I don't enjoy motherhood when I'm doing that. 13, read a verse of scripture a day. So maybe you are crushing this already. You're doing scripture study like crazy and it's amazing, and you have a whole thing for it, and that's great. If you're not in that boat, like many of us, right, through the seasons, there are times I have been like that. But if not, just do a verse a day. So I started doing a verse a day in the morning as a family, and I feel so much better about myself. I feel so much better about my effort. I feel like I'm inviting the Lord into our day, and I just feel good about it. And instead of deciding that's ridiculous, it's not enough, you should do way more than a verse, that is just so pathetic, can't you just decide that effort is so great? And it's this really simple way to get on the course, because then once it's a habit, you can expand from there. Number 14, stop inviting comparison in to mom life. That's just what it is. I need you to take a break from anything that is dragging you down. Maybe it's a certain account on social media. Maybe it's social media in general. Maybe it's this friend that you always Marco Polo. Maybe it's going to your sister's house that just makes you feel like trash because it's always perfect and yours isn't. Whatever it is, just take a little break. Notice all the comparison happening that's just making you feel not good enough. Notice it and start whittling it out of your life, even if it's just temporary, until you can really kind of work through whatever the comparison is kind of kicking up for you. All the kinds of drama that your brain offers you when that comparison happens, just notice it and get it out. Lastly, establish one parenting priority. Parenting at the end of the day is probably what we all feel is our calling ultimately, right? Yes, we are in charge of the house and we're doing all these like homemaking things, but at the end of the day, it's about our kids. That's the thing that's really going to get to us if we feel like, man, I was just not a great mom. Instead of trying to do everything, pick one thing. Maybe that's food, okay? Man, food is such a nightmare. They're picky, or they're not eating, or we're fighting at the dinner table, or I want more connection around the table. Food. Tackle that. One thing. Or maybe it's everyone's tone of voice. That is just, enough is enough. We are going to figure that out. And that means I'm going to ignore all these other things and I'm not going to try to enforce them. I'm just going to really hone in on tone of voice so that I can be consistent, so that I can really follow through with some serious expectations. That's the reason for picking one thing. That's why this confidence will come and the satisfaction will come in your motherhood, because you are allowing yourself to really thrive in it. I always say, don't mother like me, mother like you, because here I am sharing all of my stories, all my experiences. You're seeing all these other women's experiences, hundreds and hundreds. And it's so easy to get down on ourselves. But the transformation that you're looking for comes within you. It's only what you can decide and what you want. And I know that you can do it. 2026 is going to be a really good one. So don't mother like me, mother like you.